Welcome back to the Barry Charles Footy Show, your one-stop shop for everything rugby league. How are we doing out there today? I hope you're having an awesome day. Well, now we're getting close to footy season. Let's rank my 17 to 1 for this season. Where are the teams going to finish in 2024? I've got some shocks straight off the gate as my wooden spooners. A couple of teams that probably not expected to go so low, but I'll put them in there. And then all the way to the top. Who is the top team? Who is going to take the premiership out? Now, yep, that's going to be all decided today in this episode. So let's get through it. Obviously, I talked about what I thought about the squad, so you'll have a fair idea where my rankings are going to be. But we're going to give you directly where we're going to be. And remember to like and subscribe if you like these videos, so I can spread the love of rugby league out to the world. Let's go. Yes. Who will be the wooden spooners in 2024? This is the big prediction I've got to be talking about soon as well. Manly Seagulls. Yes, folks. Yes, I am seeing the wave of Anthony Seibold sifting off the shore in time for him to retire from rugby league. Potential for Anthony Seibold to struggle, implode. Obviously, if Tommy Turbo plays the whole season, this tip is absolutely out the door. See you later, gone burger. But I'm not convinced he'll make the full season, which can lead to disarray. The Manly Seagulls, Luke Brooks, Daly Cherry Evans, not sure if that's going to work out well for them. But my biggest concern for Manly is the prop rotation. I really don't see the prop rotation getting it done for them. Not strong enough. Aaron Woods is on a supplement contract. Matt Lodge similar, so that both of them won't be there around 10, even though they're injured anyway. So question marks over the forward pack with Paseka and so not strong at all. Jake Trbojevic won't have to play prop. So for me, I have Manly at the bottom. Now the team, you probably should say I should have had it at the bottom, and they could easily be the bottom, but I could actually see them going higher as well, just because of Shane Flanagan as the coach. But the St. George Illawarra Dragons have, without a shell of a doubt, the worst squad in the competition. And Ben Hunt is the only elite player. Let that sink in, folks. Maybe they should be the wooden spoon tip, but I'm going to say they can bounce off the bottom. I think they could get higher than that too. But I nearly was going to say make top 8, but they haven't signed anyone. They haven't signed anyone. If they had signed someone, Ronald Volkman for a start could have been potentially a good signing. But now that's all out the window. The Dragons, it's got to be a hard season with the squad they got. If Shane Flanagan gets them to 8th spot coach of the year, put it that way. Can't see it with the squad. He hasn't signed anyone. Whether he can sign anyone into the future, that's going to be the question. They missed out on Noah Blake. So question marks all over there. But the Dragons side, if they're not near the bottom, it would be a shock. Now 15 is another one that people are going to go, you're smoking the wacky tobacco or something. But yes, the Newcastle Knights, I think they're going to derail big time. Kalen Ponga, can he really have that season again? I don't know. I'm not convinced. To me, the Knights are going to struggle this season. They might not come this low, but I think that I see them missing the 8. I really do. I think there's too many teams to improve. But again, heavy reliance on Kalen Ponga to play that good again. I don't see it happening. Hopefully he proves me wrong. Good on him. But yeah, you're going to have to pick some things in this. 14th place. Let's look at 14th. I'm going for the West Tigers. Their squad is still not strong enough. They've got the forward pack is pretty good, but they just lacking in the backs. They really are. Outside of Dream Bullet, you really got to question mark the rest of the back line. They really need some signings there to add to Jerome Luai if they want to really push themselves up that ladder. To me, just Benji Marshall again, another one. Potential coach of the year if he could get them to the top 8, because their squad is still not strong enough. improving, but it really hasn't really skyrocketed this season. It's pretty much the same. That's why I have the Tigers down 14. 13th, again, this probably shocks a few people, but again, there's 17 teams in the comp now. The Cowboys, I think, are just going to get worse and worse and worse. I think Chad Townsend, this will be his last season, and I think for him being in the team, I think he's over the hill now. He really struggled last season. Unless he turns it around like Sean Johnson did, it could be long steam ahead for the Cowboys. Jason Tomalolo, he needs to probably play prop, I think, if they really want to get the best out of the squad. Playing 13, he is not a 13 really. Now he doesn't really have the offload in the game. He should be playing prop. 12th, this is a team I wanted to put in the top 8, but again, their squad is very weak. And for them, they even get 12th on their squad. It's fair of a forward pack, sweet, but whether or not they can get it in the back line, Kieran Foran, injury prone, Tanner Boyd, not proven, Jalen Campbell, not proven a fullback over a whole season, AJ Brimson, when they play him, he's at centre. So the Gold Coast Titans, even though I can see them making the top 8, under Desi Hasler, because he's one of the great coaches, and I won't be surprised if he makes the 8. With the forward pack of Futuaka, Tino, Bofuma, David Fafita, they've got the ingredients here to be something good. But I just question the back line, and that's why I have them in 12th. The 11th, the Dolphins. Similar position to last year. They're going to be a solid team. They've strengthened their squad this season with Flegler coming in. So they really have strengthened their team. Herbie Farnworth, so they should improve. I just think they're missing in the halves. That's where they let down the halves. And the aging roster could be a potential thing for them there. But the Redcliffe Dolphins are definitely a potential top 8 team, but I just don't see them making it. Number 10, similar oak, the Canberra Raiders. They're starting to get a bit of an aging roster as well, and they got big concerns over who should play wing, who should play fullback, who should play number 6. They've got issues all over the park in terms of especially the back line. Their forward pack is similar to the Gold Coast, very strong, but whether they can get the best, whether the back line can get the best out of it, Jerome Fogarty, injury prone as well. I just see Canberra Raiders missing out. Number 9, this is where they finished last year, and I think they might finish there again. Or did they finish 10th? They might have finished 10th. Parramatta Eels. Yeah, which people were saying, well, they probably got a fair idea who have put it 8th spot now, because people were saying, what the hell? How come we haven't said this team yet? But yes, Parramatta Eels. They're in the middle of the road. They can easily come as high as 5th, but I can see them dropping as low as 12th as well. I think they're in that sort of echelon, the Parramatta Eels. Got the talent. I just question mark just a bit of the outside backs, if they've got enough there to cover there. Clint Gufferson, can he get them to a premiership? There's all solid players like Mitchell Moses still around. They're all solid players, but Dylan Brown needs to get another level. They have solid forward packs, but do they have the alpha male, the real dog? They got Junior Paulo, Regan Kamagula. They're good players, but I don't think they have that dog fullback that just goes, prop that goes boom, boom, boom. Yes, to me, Parramatta Eels might miss the 8. So my number 8th pick, and for all you Bulldogs fans out there going, hallelujah, we're back in finals football, baby. Cameron Ciraldo, this is where we're going to see if you're actually a good coach or not. They have a squad that is potentially good enough to make 8th. Potentially, they could still run 15th. But yes, I have to put the Smoky in. The Bulldogs are my Smoky for this season. They won't win the premiership. The spine's not good enough to win the premiership. But adding the Crichtons, Filiam Kiko comes back, Matt Burton, all the utility players, they've got an opportunity of making the 8. Whether or not they do, that's up to them. But there's a potential now. They've got a squad that's good enough to potentially make the 8. We will see if that happens. But I've got them in as a sneaky. But obviously the big question mark for the Bulldogs is prop. If they had some decent props and you add a starter number 6 or 7, then I would say they are, boom, they could be a premiership threat. But without them, they're just, they can finish 8th, they can finish right down to 15th. I think that's the way the Bulldogs are. We will see, but they should improve this season. 7th, South Sydney Rabbitohs. Missed the 8th last season. The squad has got Jack Wyman, so it's improved a little bit, but I just see them being too inconsistent, and it depends on Lachlan Ilias. You really need Lachlan Ilias to go to another level, folks. Yes, Lachlan Ilias. Cody Walker, he's not consistent. Latrell Mitchell, they're talented. They are in the top 10 players in the game, those two just there. But you just don't know what you're going to get every week. Sometimes they play well, sometimes they don't. That's why I've ranked them down in 7th. Damien Cook has been not that consistent either, so they have to put him there. So the Rabbitohs, for me, 7th, they can definitely win the comp. But yeah, even their props are not the strongest. That's why I have them down to 7th. I'm just going on purely squads and what I see out here. That doesn't mean someone can't do it. Broncos, they dropped down out of the top 4 for me. I think they'll come 6th. I'm worried about the loss of Herbie Farnworth and Todd Flegler and Coop Capewell and Keenan Palacia. I can't see them making the top 4 with their loss of players, and they haven't replaced them at all. Relying on the young ones to get it done, I just got a question mark over there at the Brisbane Broncos. They could fall out of the 8 altogether too. But Patrick Carrigan, Ezra Mam, Payne Haas, Reece Walsh, Adam Reynolds, so they stay on the field enough. They should make the top 8. Number 5, the Cronulla Sharkies. Yes, they fell away again, but they seem to be a bit like the Melbourne Storm. Mr. Consistent, you know they're going to be in the top 8. A little question about the depth this season. Will Kennedy is the answer at fullback? Do they put Cade Dykes in? They're missing alpha male and Fanua Blake. Nico Hines, can he go to their next level and get them to their premiership level? It's the questions going to ask him. Braden Trent will help him out in that factor. So that's why I have the Sharks just missing the top 4. Melbourne Storm, 4th. Yes, Melbourne Storm, they are there. They should be there with the bells are whistling. I just don't see them getting past the preliminary final. They're very good. If they're going to get past the preliminary final, they need Cameron Munster to have an absolute wow. And Ryan Pappenhausen or Suafar Logo have to come up and deliver. Number 3 on my list is the Sydney Roosters. Yes, I did say they have the best squad in the competition, and they can prove wrong and right, and they win the premiership. But I just don't know about that Luke Keary and Sam Walker connection. Jance Tedesco getting a little bit older, but they should be there when the bells are whistling this season. It's up to them if they want to do it. They definitely are a premiership chance. Number 2, well, there's only 2 left. I have New Zealand Warriors in number 2. Although I really could say I could pick them as number 1. But this is the team outside of the Sydney Roosters that have the potential to win the comp and pressure Penrith. They were outclassed by Penrith last season, but they didn't have Sean Johnson. I'm not saying they would have won that game, but they would have been better equipped with Sean Johnson in the team. They will be better this season. Question marks there around Roger Tuafasa-Sheck if he can play centre. And defensively, sometimes the Warriors can be a little bit lackluster and drop the ball a bit with Jazz Tavaga, Mitchell, Barney and Pompey and the likes. They can quit that out of their game. New Zealand Warriors are a chance of making the grand final and have the best opportunity they've had in a long time. They've got a good squad and they're a big chance. And number 1 on the list, yes, Penrith Panthers to do it 4 in a row. I think this is the hardest year for them. If they can pull it off again this year, it will be unbelievable, the Penrith Panthers. But I still pick them as number 1. Just potentially on experience and Nathan Cleary. But I think the Warriors and the Roosters are the 2. One of those 2 will be the ones competing to win the title. I'll be stunned if out of those 3 teams don't win the comp. I think one of those 3 teams will win this comp this season. There's other teams that can win. I'm not saying they can't win it at all, but out of the squads, Penrith Warriors and the Sydney Roosters have class above the rest of the field in terms of talent across the park. Whether that leads to a premiership, we will find out. But anyway, that's my ranking from 17 to 1. Absolutely can be completely wrong, but we've got to give it a go, folks. I hope you enjoyed this. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll be back for what is my top 10 predictions, bold predictions for 2024. Have an awesome day out there.